Paris is one of the most visited cities in the world, and with good reason, because everything you've heard about in Paris is probably worth visiting, but there is so much to do. If it's your first time visiting, how do you prioritize all of it? So today I'm going to rank each and every arrondissement in Paris based on which I think might be the best for you to spend time in if it's your first time visiting in Paris. Something that's a little bit tricky for me in some ways because I've lived here long enough to become French. I spend most of my time off the beaten path, and while I would like to get you off the beaten path, you got to do the beaten path first. You actually do when it comes to Paris. So I'm going to do everything I can to walk us through Paris, its monuments, and this brings us to a few rules about how I'm doing it. I'm prioritizing major monuments and museums because they are almost bar none absolutely worth it. Walkability and explorability in the neighborhood, shopping options, bars, restaurants, coffee shops. And for those, I will definitely be leaning more local. I'm gonna try and push you in that direction as much as I can because I love to support local businesses. That is what I'm here for. And of course, within this rating scheme, S is the top, F is the bottom. That should be obvious. I'm giving myself a maximum of 1 S tier and a minimum of 1 F tier. So I have to pick one of each and then we'll see what goes in between. And we have so much to talk about in so little time. So let's dive straight into the first and we'll see what we pick up as we go. Now, if you're unfamiliar, the arrondissements of Paris start with the first tier in the middle and spiral out like a snail all the way to the 20th. These are municipal districts. Arrondissement means municipal district. I will be pronouncing it arrondissement and arrondissement, and I don't even know how throughout this entire video because it gets confusing when you're speaking both languages. So feel free to check out the comments to see who's making fun of me for how I'm saying it. I'm sure it'll happen, whatever. The first arrondissement is going to be very well known for things like the Louvre, Pont Neuf. It only has a little section of one of the islands on it, as you can see in this little map, but it has a lot of stuff you're absolutely going to want to see. Basically, everyone's going to go see the Louvre. You might even leave with some souvenir jewels on your way out. You never know. There's a lot of shopping here. There's the Tuileries Gardens, which aren't my favorite park, but are definitely worth a stroll. There's some phenomenal museums outside of the Louvre, but the Louvre is one that everybody has to go to, which weights this one very, very highly. There's also an increase in good food here, and some of the best coffee in the city actually happens to be here. Châtelet-Les Halles is a place you can go do your general shopping, but it's not very local, and has a reputation for being a little bit pickpockety if you're not careful. Oh, and let's not forget the Bourse de Commerce, which is a place I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm going to this week because it looks so good. But overall, it's going to be basically impossible to avoid the first, and I'm repeatedly told that this is a hidden gem, even though it blows my mind. The Palais Royal. If you've ever seen those photos of people standing on tall stacks of poker chips, beautiful garden, formerly royal residences, also formerly a brothel, some very interesting stories throughout. You're going to want to make sure that you hit the Palais Royal while you're in the first. And you're going to go to the first while you're in Paris, which means that we're going to go ahead and start it off with our very first A. It's definitely an A tier. If you want to know what the S tier is, though, you're going to have to stick around a little bit longer.